but Jillian Eileen from Oregon. And then this is Coach Mulkey's 25th season. She's won 20 games every year of her head coaching career. So we'll open it up here for questions, and then we'll finish on Zoom. Raise your hand right there in the middle.
Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
What do you think the team going to do to keep the game winning streak going as you guys have South Carolina next?
I can't even think about South Carolina. I've got to think about snow and ice when I get home. So we're going to enjoy this victory today. Any victory on the road in our league is an accomplishment. But we know what we face next, and tremendous challenge to play the defending champions and do it at their place.
Right here in front.
Hey, Coach, Hannah Mack, Chomp Talk. What changed in that fourth quarter? 19 unanswered points. What was the switch that you guys flipped after the third to go on that big run at the beginning of the fourth?
I'd have to go back and look. I want to. It might have been turnovers. It might have been just better defense, giving them one shot at it, rebounding the ball, and exploding to the other end of the floor. I'd have to go just look at a film to nail it down. But off the top of my head, I think we just came out and went on that 17-0 run in the fourth quarter. But we did that when the game started. We went on a 7-0 run and called a timeout, and then it was a battle there for a while. How did they keep it close, in my opinion? I thought they rebounded with us. In fact, they ended up out-rebounding us. But listen, when you can empty and play everybody on your team with 5 minutes to go in the game and you're up 28, knowing what we face next, that's a good day.
The middle again.
Despite the win, what are some improvements you think your team can work on?
Our defense, you know, we've got to continue to get better defensively. We have to learn to trust each other. Sometimes we leave each other on an island. You got your guy, I've got him, you got her. You know, everybody guard the ball. And I thought we did it in spurts today. One thing that we did do good and we've improved today was turnovers. We only had 9 for the entire game, and for a while there was only 6. So that's a big part of why you extend a lead like we did, is you're getting yourself a shot every time.
Do one more here in person, then we'll do a few on Zoom.
So Anissa, Michaela, and Flaugier obviously are the big three for you guys. They all almost had, 2 of them had 20 points, Flaugier had 19. But is there anybody else that you're looking for in the next upcoming games to maybe stand out and improve possibly on the offensive end?
Well, I don't know any particular player that I would say this one needs to do this in order for us to have a chance. I don't care who does it. You know what you get in those three. Those three have been consistent in their production. It doesn't matter to me if it's a sub off the bench, if it's one of the other starters. Be who you are. Play your role. I'm not going to ask you to do something you're not capable of doing. So if those three are our scorers, then you be our rebounder. You be our defensive stopper. Figure out what it is that you can do to help our team.
One more here in person over to the left.
Yeah, Coach, what are just your thoughts on Liv McGill, the freshman point guard for?
Good player. She is putting up a lot of numbers. She, obviously, I'm having to look at the stat sheet to see what she ended up doing today against us in minutes played. Yeah, she played 32 minutes, scored 21, but, you know, I'm an old point guard. What am I going to complain to her about when I teach her? 7 turnovers is not good. If you're going to have turnovers, you better have twice as many assists. And but that's just the old point guard in me looking at her stats. But she's an outstanding player for them and brings a scoring mentality from the point guard position.
All right, here.
I know you put a lot of thought into your outfits. Orange pants.
No, let me correct you. I don't put any thought into it.
Someone does.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't. I just, they lay it on the bed, they tell you wear this, and I wear it.
Do you have any second thoughts about orange pants in a orange and blue environment?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not a fashionista like that. Yeah, I don't even think about that.
And then Shaq. I don't know how many times you guys have played in front of Shaq, but did
Was
that?
he here?
Oh, okay, there you go.
Was Shaq here
He
today?
was.
Oh.
He was.
We love him at LSU. He's just a great ambassador for our university. Gave his daughter a big hug. I wish I'd have known he was here. I would have gone and hugged his neck. I didn't know he was here.
Thank you.
All right, here on Zoom,
Huh?
I said security wouldn't let you in your own.
I bet you they would have.
John, you want to start us off here?
Yeah, sure thing. Hey, Coach. John Eads from WAFB. Y'all had some really good surges there in the first quarter, third and fourth as well. What do you think led to those spurts that helped you pull away and win here?
Just off the top of my head, we took care of the ball. We didn't have a lot of turnovers today. And we didn't do good in the first half rebounding. I thought that they did out-rebound us, and they out-rebounded us for the game. A lot of long rebounds. Our guards have to help us rebound even when we go to the small lineup, which I did in the first half. But I would say taking care of the ball, and we didn't have any, what I would just say, bad forced shots. We took care of the ball and got good looks.
Reed, you want to ask a question?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Coach. I wanted to ask what stuck out to you about your defense tonight and how you all played up on that end of the floor.
I thought Shy, I know McGill scored buckets, but I thought she really contained her when we went on our extended lead. She kept her out of the paint. I thought Samaya and the post players that were at the top, when she'd come off those post screens up there, they were really willing to help her. And our goal is to have our opponent shoot 39-9 from the field, and we haven't done that the last 4 games. We've got to get back to doing that because I felt like we lost our focus defensively in that we're going to outscore you, and that's just not how you're going to beat good teams. And I thought tonight we did some things better when all 5 LSU players are guarding the basketball.
Who else has any on Zoom here? Corey, go ahead.
Hey, Kim, I'm not sure if we'll get you before you guys make the trip up to Columbia or not, but I wanted to ask about, obviously what happened between you guys at the SEC tournament last year. If you think just in the lead up to Thursday night's game, if that adds any juice to this game.
Corey, let's talk about Florida game. And you may not get me because we got bad weather coming to Louisiana. I may not even get to practice. I don't know when we'll get to South Carolina. But let me and the team enjoy this victory tonight or today.
John, you want to finish this off? Actually, Matt and then John.
Hey, Coach, Matthew Bernie here. Miracle stepped in, 8 points, and obviously defensively, she's a force for y'all. Just what can you say about her play today and her impact moving forward?
I talked to her during the game. Miracle is a defensive stopper. What she lacks is me giving her more minutes right now. First year into the program, she moves a lot. She gets you offensive boards. In the first half, was it? She had the tip. Now, I'm not sure she meant to tip it, but nonetheless, because she's active, good things happened. But my challenge to her is, you scored 8, but how many did you give up? I think she gave up about 8. And so you challenge her in those ways. Don't ever be content. Don't ever be content. And but you also give them praise, and you give them that praise so that they don't lose their confidence.
John, you want to ask, and then we'll finish with Ron after that.
Oh, okay, sure. I want to make sure Ron got one. Coach, second time the program's won the first 20 games of the season. I know y'all have accomplished more than that. You hope to accomplish more than that. But I guess, how does it feel knowing that you've withstood some of these competitive games and continue to just rattle off wins?
Great players. I've been blessed to coach some of the greatest that's ever played the women's game. And not just that they're great, but that they buy into your style of coaching, that they want to be about the team versus themselves. And then I don't know with NIL now what the future holds, but it's been a wonderful run with a lot of great players.
Finish with Ron.
Yeah, Kim, 9 turnovers, that's the 3rd lowest of the year, lowest in the SEC. I think the third quarter, but didn't have a turnover. Explain when you have a lot of turnovers and not few turnovers. Do this slow down and make better passes? Do you think more clear? I mean, that was a tremendous game for a lack of turnovers for y'all.
I think I would start with the opponent. How hard was their defensive pressure? How good was their defense? I always give the opponent credit. So if we have a lot of turnovers, was it a mental turnover or was it something they just really did good on the defensive end? And I always start with watching how they defend. And today, Florida is very, very athletic, big, got a big. That may be the first big we've really seen in the SEC, just big back to the basket post player. And they played some zone. Actually, it's become kind of funny to me that when we do scouting reports, Coach Starkey does a tremendous job, and he'll always put at the bottom, they're a man-to-man team, played 98% zone, but you can expect, man, but you can expect to see zone because it's LSU. Well, he was right again, so I've got to get on that plane and tell him, glad we prepared for the zone.
All right, guys, thank you.
We good? All right, y'all are welcome.